evening and welcome to Channel 670s. I'm your co-host, Memorali Mabiku.
And I'm Aiken Laura Williams. We're reporting live from Sunset Shahar, North Carolina.
For millions of Americans, the right to vote represents the foundation of democracy. But during the Jim Crow era, that right was systematically denied to African Americans through laws specifically designed to silence their voices.
Tonight, we take a closer look at the discriminatory tactics such as poll taxes, literary sex, grandfather clause, and all-white primaries that strip generations of Black Americans of their constitutional rights.
We begin with our field reporter, Precious Mabiku, who brings us the story behind poll taxes and how they shape voter suppression in the South. Back to you, Precious.
Thank you, Mimo. I'm here with African-American historian DJ Williams to discuss how poll taxes became one of the most common barriers to voters during the late 1800s and early 1900s. DJ, could you explain what a poll tax was and how it affected voters at the time?
Of course, Precious. A poll tax was a fee citizens were required to pay in order to vote. It began in the South after the Civil War were used to keep African Americans from voting. Many Black citizens couldn't afford to pay.
Oh, okay. So basically this law, though it seemed neutral, was actually used as a tool of discrimination.
Exactly. It appeared fair on paper, but in practice, it targeted African Americans.
Thank you for that insight, DJ. Okay, back to Mimo and Lauren in the studio.
Back in the flesh.
Thank you, Precious and DJ.
Poll taxes remained in effect for decades until the 24th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1964, declared them illegal in federal elections. 2 years later, the Supreme Court extended that ruling to all elections.
But poll taxes were just one of many barriers. Another discriminatory practice was the use of literacy tests. Reporter Taylor joins us with more.
Thank you, Memo. During the Jim Crow era, literacy tests were presented as a way to ensure educated voting. But in reality, they were deliberate tools to disenfranchise Black voters.
These tests were often impossible to pass. White voters might be asked a simple question like, who is the president of the United States? While Black applicants faced long, complex, or misleading questions about state constitution or legal terms.
Even when Black voters answered correctly, officials would arbitrarily fail them and claim their answers were incorrect. There was no oversight, no appeal, and no fairness in how these tests were given.
The literacy tests weren't about knowledge. They're about maintaining white political power.
Hello there. What's your name?
Naomi Dakota,
State your age.
17,
And what's your race?
Black.
Okay, Naomi. What's 2 plus 2?
4.
Wrong. Oh, you don't pass. Go that way. Hello there.
Hello,
What's your name?
Sarah Jane.
What's your age?
I'm 21.
And what's 1 plus 1, Sarah?
3.
You're right. You passed. Go over there. Ugh. Another one of you people. What's your name?
They quave you on the third.
What's your age?
31.
Wrong. Go that way, you fell. Hey. Wrong way, buddy. Get. Hello there.
Hello,
What's your name, darling?
my name's Polly.
And what's your age?
I'm 18.
Okay, Polly. What's the first president's last name?
I'm pretty
You're
sure-
right, Polly.
Hello there. Hey. What's your name? Milka. Yeah. Okay, Milka, I have a question to ask you. Do you know what 2 plus 2 is? 4. Well, you're actually wrong. 2 plus 2 isn't 4. So you do not pass our test.
What's your name?
Shaylee.
Shaylee. Okay. Who's the 33rd president?
No clue.
You're right. That's correct.
Okay, hello there. What's your name?
Harrell.
Okay, Harel, what's the capital of the Philippines?
I couldn't tell you.
You're right! He's right! Okay, Mimo, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Taylor. It's devastating to see how education was used as a weapon rather than a tool for empowerment.
Indeed, literacy tests and poll taxes work hand in hand to suppress Black participation. But two other restrictions, the grandfather clauses and all white primaries were equally damaging. The so-called grandfather clauses allowed men to only vote if their grandfathers had been eligible to vote before 1867. On the surface, it seemed like a neutral qualification, but under Jim Crow, it effectively excluded nearly all black men whose grandfathers had been enslaved. Meanwhile, this law allowed poor or illiterate white men to bypass literacy tests and poll taxes entirely. It created two systems, one for black citizens and one for white citizens.
To explain more about how these laws worked in practice, we turn again to our reporters, Taylor and Precious.
Thank you, Lauren. Grandfather clauses weren't the only method used to suppress voters. Another major barrier was the all-white primaries. Political parties claiming to be private organizations limited primary elections to white voters only.
And because the Democratic Party dominated Southern politics, these primaries were often the real deciding elections. By keeping black citizens out of the primaries, their voices were excluded from political.
I remember trying to vote for the first time. I followed every rule, paid every fee, but when I got to the courthouse, they said you can't vote. Your grandfather wasn't a voter. I couldn't argue at the time, but speaking up could cost me your safety.
That must have been incredibly discouraging. How did your people respond to that kind of injustice?
Many were frustrated, but they didn't give up. Some continued to pay the poll taxes or take literacy tests in hoping the change would come. They believed their voice still mattered, even when the system tried to silence them.
These laws didn't always say black voters not allowed, but their effects made that message clear. They reminded that racism can hide in language that sounds neutral.
Reporting live, guys, we have an alien that has breached the Earth's atmosphere, guys. The alien's name is Tung Tung Sahar. With me, I have 3 people that are going to give testimonies on this alien and the things that they have seen. Let's get right to it. Okay. Okay. With me, I have Andrew, and he's going to describe the testimony of this very alien.
It's undescribable. He was big, purple, and didn't know how to speak English. He was just saying random things like blah. What?
We gotta
I'm gonna start yelling.
Yeah, go.
Y'all doing too good.
Yeah, Malik, we gotta lock in. Go ahead,
Y'all doing too good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Walk away. Walk away.
Okay, whatever, sorry.
Uno, dos, tres. Okay, guys, over here I have another one of the encounters. We have Bryson here, and he's gonna tell us exactly what happened when he met that strange alien. Bryson, can you tell me what happened?
So that the UFO came down, there was like 3 of them. They all jumped out. They tried to jump me.
And Bryson, did they win?
They did. They got me.
No question there. It's kind of very obvious. But you have it here. We heard it. Bryson encountered these aliens and he lost because they jumped him.
Hold on, gotta get a good montage.
Okay, guys. Again, with me, I have another encounter of the alien. We have Taylor Williams. Taylor, what was your encounter with this strange alien?
Oh my god, it was terrible. It literally jumped in front of my car, and then it wouldn't move, and then it literally started dancing in front of me. And it specifically did the jiggy. I don't know why, but it did.
So guys, you heard it here. Our alien is doing the jiggy. So if you see someone that has purple on, that is big, and maybe doesn't speak good English, and they're doing the jiggy, that's our alien.
Right here, the alien.